Going just bottom of the bottom, somewhere in the night.
And gentlemen, remove your caps as STM chaplain Father Andrew O'Brien leads us in a prayer for our athletes.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. St. Thomas More, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The privilege of this event was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts and our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City football here on TSSR Game Time Live. I am Jeff Borders, and once again joined by Chris Frankhauser. Chris made the 2-ish hour drive over here to Champaign to St. Thomas More for the contest today. At beautiful sunny afternoon with a little bit of wind.
Just a little bit of wind. We've had a very nice press box and facility here at St. Thomas More, and they were telling us when we were setting up that this is new, but wind blowing right out of the southwest today, an east-west football field here just off of Interstate 74 on the northwest side of Champaign. And I will apologize, we've had some issues taking things set up. We're up, but we're going to work during the broadcast to try and dump the scoreboard. You can see a volleyball score from earlier in the week on the feed, so we're going to work on trying to get that cleared up for you at some point. At this point, hey, we're on the air.
You're going to get a text from Dwayne, just do this and it'll go away, and they'll be like, hey, cool, we'll know how to do that now.
All right.
So St. Thomas More won the toss, elected to defer. They will be kicking off with the wind at their back, and BPC will be set to return here to begin the contest. Number 1, Lane Huffman, back to do the returning duties for the Spartans.
Sabres coming in at 2-1 on the season. Spartans, of course, getting win number 1 last week at Galva. Thanks for tuning in to the JoJo's Gaming Parlor pregame show. Thank JoJo's. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory.
Cabot Craft set to do the kickoff, and here it is. Going to be a high, deep kick. Going to be fielded by Huffman at about the 11-yard line. Going to bobble a little bit, turn it upfield. Going to try to make the first man miss, but kind of did a little bit too much dancing. Going to be brought down at about the 21-yard line. Spartans take over 1st and 10. First possession of the contest.
Ben Horn, 81 on the stop for the Sabres. Huffman and Powell coming off a couple of nice games for both of those young men. Ben Powell, won an 18th birthday for him last week. On the ground, a couple of touchdowns. And, of course, the Spartans getting win number 1 last Saturday morning and afternoon up at Galva.
Spartans going to come out on this 1st and 10 set with the wide receiver near side. Powell's going to do some directing there in the backfield. He's going to move Huffman over to his left side. Going to be a fake handoff to Huffman. Powell's going to keep it here near side, and he's going to have a short gain of maybe about 1.
Flag coming in late on the play. Number 7, Peace Bumba on the stop. 6'2" linebacker for the Sabres. Unsportsmanlike call on St. Thomas More.
So that'll be a 15-yard mark off. So after the penalty for your first down for the Spartans, ball up on the 37-yard line. Going to hand off to Huffman. He's going to try to turn it outside, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. He's going to have a loss of 5 as Lane tried to get outside and around the end, but just wasn't able to, and he's going to be brought down for a pretty substantial loss.
And that's going to be a loss back to about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I put him down for a loss of 5. That's going to be closer to a loss of 6.
Well, Ethan Pierce was the lead block on that play, and just he could not get in front of the defender. And a loss back to the 31, 2nd and 16 for the Spartans.
Spread the field, going to hand it off this time to Huffman. He's going to power his way forward. He's going to get past the line of scrimmage on a spin move and then get just drilled down.
54, Brody Cumpnell on the stop for the Sabres.
Looks like a gain of 2 for Huffman on that one.
So 3rd and 14 for the Spartans, just underway, 10:20 to play here in the opening quarter.
We apologize if you guys are getting wind noise here.
The wind's right in
we
our
can't really
face.
do much about that right now. Pass over the far sideline. It's going to be completed. Flag down after the pass was let go. It's going to be short of the first down, but it's going to be a gain of about 9, 8.
Ball was initially tipped. Was that Huffman that he was trying to hit with a pass? It went off at his hands, and Sean Link's going to pick it up, but they're going to mark this one back on holding on BPC.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 24 for the Spartans.
That's going to move the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line. Spartans got to get it to the 47-yard line for a first down.
So 3rd and 24, the nose of the football right at the 20-yard line.
Lone setback is Powell.
Now flag delay game. So that's going to make it a 3rd and almost 30 for BPC. The ball back at their own 15-yard line. BPC going the wrong way on this opening drive.
It's 3rd and 32.
33, yep, 33. They got it on the scoreboard.
Deep pass to Huff, and he's open on the far sideline. Oh, I thought he had that. I guess he did come up with the pass. He did come up with the reception all the way up to the 35-yard line, but stepped out of bounds right after the reception.
And Jeff, that was a pretty good throw by Ben Powell, throwing into this wind, and the wind coming from the far sideline a little bit. But that'll make it a 4th and 12 with the completion for BPC. Nearly blocked. And it's going to roll out of bounds at the Sabre 43. So the Sabres will take a 1st and 10, 9:36 to play here in the first quarter. We're brought to you by the Raritan State Bank. Bushnell branch located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank at friendly service and give them a call at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
I'm keeping stats the best I can until I forget about the wind and they blow out the door.
Right.
Sabres come back in a wide receiver near side. Going to be a quarterback keeper to the near side. He's going to be brought down for a loss of about 2 on the play.
Matt DeLorenzo, the quarterback number 4 for the Sabres. So 2nd and 12, the ball at the Sabre 40-yard line.
Bumba, the lone setback with the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff to him straight up the middle. He's going to hurdle one Spartan tackler, but he does get wrapped up and brought down by Dalton Huffman there on first contact, and Ben Powell in also on the tackle.
3rd and about 6 for the Sabres.
They get a gain of 6 on the play.
8:35 to play here in the opening quarter.
So 3rd and 6 here for the Sabres. Wide receiver near side. Bumble the lone setback. Option play near side. Little pitch to lots of running room down here for Bumba. He's going to turn it upfield, cut over to the middle of the field, and he's got lots of green in front of him. And he's going to be in for a 54-yard touchdown.
That score coming 7:57 to play here in the opening quarter. Puts the Sabres on top 6-0. You could see that pitch coming right off the snap, and nice cutback by Bumba for the Sabres, and he'll take it into the end zone. Yeah, looks like shotgun formation for the Sabres on the 2-point attempt.
Quarterback's going to keep it this time, cut it back up, and De Lorenzo's going to be in for the 2-point conversion. So 7:57 here in the first quarter, 8-0. Sabres on top of your BPC Spartans.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor, and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
We're back here at Champaign St. Thomas More on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're also brought to you by King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell, Macomb. They support the Bushnell-Prairie City Athletics. They have office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To send an appointment, call 309-837-MyDC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals for just $85. Huffman back deep for BPC to his 11. High end over end kick, going to back Huffman up to the 9. Across the 15-20 and brought out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
You know, sitting up here, we get to hear the coach off to the side. And kind of the same thing that I saw on the first kickoff. He kind of does a little stutter, and kickoffs, you just turn it forward, get your speed going forward, and get what you can get, because everyone's coming at you at full speed. The juke moves don't really work until you're actually getting them to go one direction.
Right.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans, ball on the 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers set. Huffman the lone setback with Powell. And I think we're going to have an interception, one-handed interception by number 4, De Lorenzo. finally going to get knocked out of bounds, it looks like.
And Jeff, I thought I heard a whistle. I think it's the wind coming through the screens here that sounds like it's the officials blowing the whistle down on the field, but Powell's pass intercepted, and the Sabres set up nose of the football right at the 5-yard line of BPC. Again, having some issues getting our scoreboard corrected, so yes, we are aware that that's a volleyball scoreboard. We'll work when we get time to take that down. Play clock. One nice thing here, Jeff, at this field, we thought it was an artificial turf field when we pulled in. They do have the play clock in both end zones.
Handoff's going to go up the middle to Peace Bumba, and he's going to take it around the near side for a 5-yard touchdown run. So touchdown run after the interception.
So 2 touchdown runs for Bumba already here in the opening 4.5 minutes of this first quarter.
Within 30 seconds of each other.
Yeah, 7:35 that score coming here in the opening quarter. Number in the backfield, 60.
Quarterback's going to keep it around the far end and be in for the touchdown, or the 2-point conversion, excuse me. So with 7:35 now in the first quarter, the score is now 16-0. Sabres on top.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
And we're back here at Champaign St. Thomas More, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Gavitt Kraft going to tee the ball up on the 40-yard line for the Sabres.
Gavitt Kraft back to kick for the 3rd time this quarter.
Nice deep end-over-end kick. That's going to make it into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. That's going to land it about the 3-yard line. And I told you beforehand, and we know we've got a pretty good kicker. And I said, we're going to put some deep kicks in. Yeah. And there's the first one we've seen today.
So that'll start the Spartans 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 20-yard line.
Last possession ended real quick with a one-handed interception by De Lorenzo. Spartans come out this time, one wide receiver far side. Giving a direct snap to Huffman. He's going to turn it, he's going to try to turn it upfield. But
flag going to come in as Ben Powell led the way on the block. Going to be pending the penalty, a loss of a couple yards in the play. It's going to be on St. Thomas More.
Defensive holding. So should be a 5-yard mark-off, and I do believe that's an automatic first down.
So 1st and 5 for BPC?
Nope. Maybe.
They haven't moved the chains.
I guess it's not.
Move the down marker. So 1st and 5, 7:20 to play first quarter. Sabres on top 16-0.
Going to fake the handoff to Huffman, and Powell's just got nowhere to go. He's going to get brought down back at the original line of scrimmage, so a loss of 5 on that run. Tell you what, he went to fake that handoff to Huffman, and there was already 3 green jerseys right there on him.
De Lorenzo, I'll get that out. Mouth is tired from the drive over on the stop for the Sabres. So second down and 10, 6:45 to play here in the opening quarter.
So here on second down, going to be a fake handoff. He's going to look to throw, going to throw one deep over the middle of the field. That's going to be intercepted as well.
You see the wind affect that pass.
Yep.
Intended receiver was Sean Link. He had a couple of yards, but wind caught that football and held it up. Interception by number 26. I think that was Reed Craddock on the interception for the Sabres.
So Sabres will take over on offense, 1st and 10 from the Spartan 43-yard line. Shotgun formation. Bumba in the back is the lone setback. Wide receiver near side. Handoff goes to Bumba up the middle. He's going to bounce it outside. Lots of green space. I hear Ben Powell going to miss the tackle. He's going to be down the near sideline and in.
There is a flag, though.
43-yard run. It looks like they're going to call a holding.
Holding on St. Thomas More.
Holding on the Sabres, so we're going to take that score back off the board and redo this play.
So it looks like the holding's going to be around the 40-yard line. They'll mark it back to about midfield, and it'll bring up a 1st and 17. So after the 10-yard mark off, going to bring it back to the 50-yard line. Be 1st and 17, but we're going to have a timeout taken by St. Thomas More. 6:21 here in the first quarter to score 16-0. St. Thomas More on top of your BPC Spartans.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
We're back here to BPC Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
1st and 17 is going to be a handoff to Bumba. He's going to make a man miss in the backfield, bring the ball near sideline. Going to cut it back across the field, back toward the center. Going to get a good block there in the center of the field. Lane Huffman's going to give chase, going to finally wrap him up and bring him down near the 10-yard line.
It's going to be Powell on the 40-yard stop, and also Beekman, I believe, was in pursuit.
Going to be a gain of 40, and he probably ran about 70.
Yeah. Came to this near side, stopped, and cut back to the far sideline. They're going to mark it at the 8, so 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
So 1st and goal. Yeah, I guess I shorted him a yard there, didn't I?
Peter Samu enters the game as running back.
Number 6. I think he was wearing 66 actually, but Peter Samu, number 6 on the roster, and he's going to get the handoff and get blown back at about the 12. Ethan Pierce, 44, on the stop for BPC.
So a loss of what, 2, Chris? Loss of 3?
Almost 4. The ball in between the 11 and the 12.
So bring us to a 2nd and goal from, we'll call it the 12-yard line. Short 12.
Some confusion by the Sabres. Trying to get everybody set play clock down to 7.
Going to be a pass over the middle, wide open receiver, and it's going to be in for the touchdown.
Brody Cuppernell.
With a touchdown catch.
That's going to push the lead to 22-0 in favor of the Sabres.
Wow, I knew they had that play, but I think it's the first time they've ever run it. Where they put Brody's out.
That score coming with 4:48 to play here in the first quarter.
2-point conversion, going to fake the handoff. Lorenzo's going to keep it around the right side. He's going to get knocked down short of the goal line by Ben Powell. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
That was 2 on the stop.
Oh, it was number 2 on the stop?
Yeah, it was Jake.
I thought it was an 8. But 4:48 here in the first quarter. That score makes it 22-0. The Sabres on top.
A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to live with the dizziness day to day, especially concussions as well, that we can treat those things here. Same with pain. You don't have to live with the pain that you're experiencing. We have the ability to help you.
And we're back here at St. Thomas More High School here in Champaign, Illinois. 22-0 the score. Sabres on top of your Spartans. Cabot to do the kickoff here again for the Sabres. Last time kicked it in the end zone. This thing's going to take a little bit off of it. Huffman's going to field it at about the 7-yard line. He's going to bring it near side. This time he's just going to run full speed ahead, and just like I say that, he kind of does a little juke move and runs it out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, 28-yard line.
All right, let's see if the Spartan offense can get moving here. 6 points on that last touchdown for the Sabres. 22-0 lead for St. Thomas More.
See Jalen Conley in the backfield now with Ben Powell. 2 wide receivers set, going to hand off to Conley. He's going to power his way forward, step over the first would-be tackler, get a short gain of maybe
yard.
1.
Tackled by J.J. Schmidt.
So 2nd and 9 for BPC. The ball at their own 28.
Gonna bring us up a 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9 now. Conley still in the backfield with Powell. 2 wide receivers set for the Spartans. Going to hand off to Conley again. He's going to bust it outside. He's got some running room. Puts his shoulder down, but takes a big hit. But not before he gets it up to about the 35-yard line.
Brody Cuppernell on the stop.
So a gain of 6. Gain of 6 and bring up a 3rd and 3 now for the Spartans. I think that was a busted play. Ben Powell's just going to try to make something happen. He's going to get brought down for a loss of about a yard.
Cuppernell on the stop again for the Sabres.
Was all over that one. Brings up a 4th down.
So it's going to bring up a 4th, and we're going to call it 5 here for the Spartans.
And the punt team coming on.
We see Ardelia coming on to do the punting for the Spartans. Going to be punting into the wind.
Want to say hello to his mom back.
It's
International broadcast.
listening at home in Spain. Punt into the wind is going to take a sideways bounce for the Spartans. It's going to be over the 50-yard line to the Sabre 48-yard line. So the Sabres will take over after the punt. 1st and 10, ball on their own 48-yard line. It's going to be an option. Quarterback's going to keep it up the middle, and he's got a lot of running room as well. Finally going to get wrapped up by Dalton Huffman. He's going to get some help to bring him down, but not before he's up to the 30-yard line. 22-yard run.
So the nose of the football right at the 30. 2:25 to play here in the opening quarter. 22-0 lead for the Sabres.
See Boomba back in the backfield now. He went out on that last series, but he's back in now for the Sabres. 1st and 10, ball on the 30, one wide receiver near side. Handoff up the middle to Boomba. He's going to bounce it outside. Lots of green grass in front of him, and he's going to go into the end zone untouched for a 30-yard touchdown run.
That score coming exactly at the 2-minute mark here, the first quarter.
Boomba, 5 carries, 135 yards, and 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter.
Pretty good average per carry there for the young man.
Two-point conversion attempt. High snap, going to hand off, and the 2-point conversion is going to be no good.
Samu on the carry. Dalton Huffman on the stop.
Yep, that's what it looked like.
So exactly 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. It's 28-0 lead in favor of the Sabres.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And we're back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're also brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agriculture lending at its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. Farmers and Merchants is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Webb Family Farms. They've been growing corn, soybeans, and sparks for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, Linda all wish BPC athletes good luck this season.
Kraft to do the kicking here for the Sabres.
Wayne Huffman back at about his 11.
High end over end kicks, going to drive Huffman back to the 4-yard line where he's going to catch it and bring it up the field. He's going to try to get around that far end, finally breaks a tackle and gets drugged down from behind, and he gets up to about the 27-yard line. Tell you what, he gets past that one last arm tackle, and Lane's got a lot of room in front of him.
I saw that as well.
They're actually going to mark it up to the 28-yard line. 23-yard return for Huffman. Huffman in the backfield once again here with Powell, one wide receiver far side for the Spartans. to be a direct snap to Huffman. He's going to take it around the far end. He's going to get clotheslined down at about the 30-yard line.
DeLorenzo on the stop for the Sabres. Mark it at the 31, it looks like.
Yep, looks like just on the 31, gain of 3 for Huffman. Spartans only have 1 first down in this contest, and that was due to a penalty. Wide receiver near side this time for the Spartans. Huffman in the backfield with Powell in the shotgun. Going to be an inside reverse with Pierce, and he's going to get wrapped up at the original line of scrimmage and get brought down, so it's going to be a no gain.
Pierce doing a good job even getting back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
I almost feel like if he would have turned it up right after the pitch, there was a lane.
There was a little bit of a lane, yeah.
It's made to go outside like that, and he did what the play was designed to do, but I think you cut that up a little earlier and you get a little bit more of a gain.
Clock down to 40 seconds to play, 3rd and 7 for the Spartans.
2 wide receivers, Powell in the shotgun, Huffman the lone setback. Going to hand off to Huffman up the middle. He's going to do a little stop back again, bring it back the near side, and he's going to get brought down at about the 35-yard line. So all the running for 4 yards for Huffman. I think Lane's seeing now that he's not the fastest kid on the field this time. And normally he's able to do that and get around the end on everyone, and this time he was run down.
Well, that's going to be the last play of the quarter. I thought he was brought down out of bounds, but officials did not signal that. So at the end of 1, it's 28-0 in favor of the Sabres. We'll be back in just a moment.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC. I have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
We're back here on the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as we're ready for start of the second quarter with the Spartans down 28-0 and a 4th and 3 for BPC.
Spartans to punt the ball away here. And good end over and kick with the wind behind him. Going to be fielded by, I think, number 81. He's going to bring it up to midfield.
Ben Horn.
Takes it to the Spartans 49-yard line. Maybe we'll just put it in midfield.
It's the Spartan 50.
They like even numbers when they're starting out.
It's easier to do stats. So the ball is placed on the 50-yard line for the Sabres. Wide receiver near side, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout called. Timeout called by the Sabres.
And that may have helped BPC out a little bit because we had, I think, some confusion a little bit maybe in the defensive backfield for BPC. We're going to keep it right here and let you know about M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mnbfurniturinc.com. You can also give them a call at 309-772-2111. Also brought to you by Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road, near and far. Also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 South of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. So 1st and 10 for the Sabres, ball at the 50.
Shotgun formation is going to be a handoff. Fake the handoff to Bumba. He's going to roll out, throw it over the middle. It's going to be intercepted by the Spartans. Beekman's going to return it down the far sideline, where he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 50-yard line.
I was going to say, right back to about the line of scrimmage on the play.
So about a 17, 18-yard return on the interception for Beekman. Spartans will take over 1st and 10. Ball on the 50-yard line. Best field position for the Spartans today.
Hey, don't forget we have our 50-50 raffle tickets. Make sure you pick those up.
Spartans come out 2 wide receiver set.
$20 for 5.
Handoff to Huffman, but he had nowhere to go. As soon as he got the ball, there were 2 green jerseys right in front of him, and Huffman's going to get brought down for a loss of, it looks like 5.
Not much there on the play. A loss of about 5. By a pack of Sabres.
Take your pick of about 4 green jerseys there on the stop for St. Thomas More.
Powell drops back, looking to pass, looking for a screen pass. Nothing there. Throws it over the middle to Dalton Huffman. Dalton's going to have it up to about the 49-yard line, so a gain of 4.
Still going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for BPC.
J.J. Schmidt. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
So 3rd and 11 here for the Spartans. Looked like they were looking for a little running back screen there.
Right.
Nowhere to go, and found Dalton Huffman coming back to the ball. Powell alone in the backfield. Going to take the snap. Instantly under pressure. Throws one down the center of the field.
Got him.
He's got a Lane Huffman wide open. Lane's going to make
touchdown.
One guy miss, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. 49-yard completion.
And that's going to put the Spartans on the board. Nice job by Ben Powell. The pressure coming instantaneous after the snap. Powell stayed in the pocket and on a dime hits Huffman, and BPC on the board trailing 34-6, 10-11 to play here in the first half. And Huffman going off the field on the far side, shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of got drugged down awkwardly going into the end zone. So Spartans.
Conley now in the backfield with Powell.
Going for the 2-point conversion here. Fake to Conley. Going to be Powell up the middle. He's going to power his way forward, but he's going to be end up short. So 2-point conversion is no good. 10-11 here in the second quarter. Spartans get on the board. Makes it 34-6.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
That's where we were off.
I was like, I missed a score somewhere.
28-6 is our score coming back here at Champaign, St. Thomas More. Very nice facility on the northwest side of Champaign.
Ardelia has it teed up for the Spartans, and we'll see if I called it with the kicking here today. Good end over in kicks. Going to drop it about the 20-yard line and just roll right down the sideline. He finally picks it up. Going to try to bring it to the near sideline. He's going to be brought down, but all the way back at about the 13-yard line.
That's Ben Horn on the return. And what you couldn't have laid that ball down there better when it hit. As it hit, and instead of kicking in the direction to the far sidelines, it went straight.
It just rolled right down the sideline.
Ball just short of the 15 at the 14-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line for the Sabres. Going to be a toss out to the far sideline to Boomba. That's going to be a block in the back on Conley, but they gets away with it, and Boomba's going to have it up close to a first down. Going to have a gain of 8.
28-6 our score.
See Lane back in at his linebacker position. 2nd and 2 now for the Sabres. Everyone's in tight. Boom with a lone setback. Going to fake the handoff. Ball kind of juggled. There's going to be a flag on the play. De Lorenzo.
Love on the stop for BPC.
Looks like preliminary indication is holding.
And that may be not surprising there, Jeff, with that bobbled on that miss handoff there, that with the play breaking down, and that is going to be the call. A mark off back to just short of the 15 at the 14-yard line.
So just about the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 now for the Sabres. This handoff's going to go up the middle to Boomba. He's going to cut it outside and make a Spartan tackler just miss.
Another flag coming in on the far side away from the play.
Boomba's going to have it up to about the 35-yard line, so we'll see what the flag is.
BPC, personal foul.
Helmet to helmet contact.
Personal foul. Called against the.
See, Bumba checked out of the ball game after that play for the Sabres.
Looks like the legal helmet contact.
So it was a 20-yard run for Bumba, then take on the 15 afterwards.
Moves it right to midfield.
That's going to be offsides on the Spartans.
Yep.
I can see that from way up here.
Neutral zone infraction on that.
So that'll move it to the 45.
So 1st and 5 after the penalty. 20 yards and penalties here before even times ran off the clock. Ball on the ground, and it looks like De Lorenzo's going to cover it, but he's going to lose 5 yards.
So move it right back to the 50. And 2nd and 10, 8:40 to play here in the first half. 28-6 our score. Can play at halftime, have some time, and try and get the scoreboard off the screen of the volleyball game from earlier in the week.
Second and 10 now for the Sabres after the fumbled snap.
St. Thomas More going to take their final time out of the first half at 8:06 to play. And we'll be back in just a moment.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC. I have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, also brought to you by the Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIE games and all the area TSSR Game Time Live broadcast at the Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb.
2nd and 10 now after the fumbled snap and out of the timeout taken by the Sabres. Going to be a handoff up the middle to Boomba. He's going to slip, and Conley's going to come in and wrap him up in the backfield. He's going to be, they're going to call a flag on that.
They're calling a horse collar.
No, they're saying he grabbed the back of his helmet.
The jersey, not the...
No, he grabbed the inside of the back of the helmet. So that's going to be considered a face mask penalty. And when he first wrapped him up, he had him up around the shoulder pads, but then he did grab the inside of the helmet to pull him down.
So that 15-yard marker is going to take it down to the Spartan 35.
It's going to be the Spartans' ball. I mean, it's going to be the Sabres' ball, but it's Spartans' 35 yards.
So 15-yard penalty all the way down to the Spartan 35-yard line. Going to fake the sweep. De Lorenzo's going to keep it and get wrapped up after a gain of about 2.
De Lorenzo on the carry gain of about 2. Tackle by Dalton Huffman.
So 2nd and 8 now for the Sabres. De Lorenzo alone in the backfield, 3 wide receivers far side. Looks like they're going to go here to the flat, wide open wide receiver. He's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Love on the stop.
From Matt De Lorenzo, knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line by Taylor Love.
17-yard completion. Three wide receivers again, far side, 1 near side. Going to drop back under pressure. Is going to be knocked down. Good defense there by the Spartans as Lane Huffman came in on the blitz. Able to knock De Lorenzo's pass back to the ground, be incomplete.
So that'll stop the clock at 6:05 to play here in the opening half.
trips far side. Lone wide receiver near side. DeLorenzo alone in the backfield once again. Going to be under pressure. Going to be brought down on a sack this time as Pierce gets in there.
Both Pierces on the blitz. 44 and 42.
44 Ethan Pierce on the tackle. 42 Tanner Pierce there to help clean it up, but it's going to be a loss of 10.
Back to the 27. .5:35 to play first half. 28-6 lead for the Sabres.
Two wide receiver set this time. Looks like Boomba in the backfield. A little confusion now by the Sabres, and they don't have a timeout to take.
No, they're out of timeouts.
So they're just going to have to take the 5-yard penalty here.
Yep, and there's the delay of game penalty on the Sabres.
Five-yard mark off. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 25 now for the Sabres. Two wide receivers far side, one near side. That's a false start. Yep, the referee saw it as Boomba wasn't up on the line and took a step forward to try to get up on the line as the ball was snapped. So another 5-yard penalty. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 30.
.5:03 to play.
Ball on the 37-yard line. Going to hand off to Boomba near side. He's going to be hit in the backfield almost immediately. That was Lane Huffman that was back in there. The number 2, Jake Willie, in there to help clean it up. A gain of 2. Excuse me, a gain of 2. It's going to bring up a 4th and 35.
Good pursuit by BPC on that play. Clock continuing to wind down. 4:35 to play here in the opening half. Ball just outside the Spartan 35.
Boom with a lone setback. DeLorenzo in the shotgun. Wide receiver far side. High snap. Going to be a busted play. DeLorenzo's going to keep it, come near side with it, get wrapped up by Huffman and drug out of bounds.
All right, so that'll be turnover.
It's going to be a turnover on downs after a
gain of 5.
Gain of 5, yep.
Spartans ball at the 30 yards.
So Spartans, they're going to take over 1st and 10. Ball on their own 30 with 4:12 remaining here in the first half. 28-6 the score. The Sabres on top of the Spartans. Wide receiver near side. Looks like Huffman the lone setback with Powell in the shotgun. Low snap. Powell's going to throw it near sideline. It's going to be a nice catch by, is that Link on the reception all the way up to the
48.
Trying to see 48-yard line.
18 yards on the pass. So 1st and 10, ball for BPC at their own 48. 3:45 to play here in the opening half.
They're going to spread it out. 2 wide receivers far side. Ben Powell alone in the back. Going to step back. Quick screen pass to the far sideline. Link's going to bring it inside. Nice run there. He's going to be brought down at about the 46-yard line into Sabre territory.
Gain of 7. Gain of 6. They're marking it back at the 46, it looks like. .310 to play first half. 28-6 lead for St. Thomas More.
Just about 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ben Powell back by himself once again. He's got time to pass. Going to throw one deep down the center of the field. Huffman's going to run under it. Got one man to
Touchdown.
beat. And Lane is in once again for a touchdown. 46-yard touchdown pass.
46-yard touchdown reception.
So the second touchdown for BPC through the air from Powell to Huffman, Lane Huffman. See Huffman check out, and Parker Guppy, number 30, checks into the ball game for BPC. Nice job, Powell, into the end zone on the two-point conversion run. Cuts the lead to 14, 28-14, 2:54 to play here in the first half, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And we're back here, 28-14 the score. Now Spartans scored on a 46-yard touchdown pass to Lane Huffman. Ardia's got the ball teed up on the 40-yard line for the Spartans. Nice deep end over end kick, going to be fielded about the 10-yard line. It's going to be returned
Horn.
up the middle. Finally gets brought down by
Beekman, number 5.
Yep. Mark Beekman on the tackle all the way up here to the 36-yard line, it looks like.
2:46 to play here. First half. We're brought to you by Rosie's Pizza. They offer something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and of course pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101.
Sabres going to come out with the lone setback. DeLorenzo in the shotgun, going to hand up the middle, and the Spartans all over it. They're just going to make the tackle in the backfield. He was actually stopped for about a yard loss.
Was that Conley and Huffman?
No, it was Wiley and Kramer on the tackle.
Okay.
Should have been.
BPC going to take a timeout. Oh, officials timeout.
Looks like an injury timeout as Bumba's coming off the field limping. They had him about 3 yards deep in the backfield, and he was able to break loose, but no gain on the run still.
2:20 to play.
So 2nd and 10 after the no gain on the run. Samu in the backfield. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. DeLorenzo's going to keep it around the far side, and he's going to have a short gain of about a 2-yard gain.
Conley, Dalton, Huffman, take your pick. There were about 4 or 5 white jerseys there for BPC on the stop. Down to minute 40 to play. 28-14 in favor of the Sabres.
Spartans are going to take a timeout here with 1:33 remaining on a 3rd and 8. Maybe try to get a stop here in the ball back, Chris.
Yes, they will, and we're going to keep it here and tell you about Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April to October, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and open for about another hour, 10 to 4 on Saturday for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Currently, they have pumpkins and other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's also brought to you by the Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandesville. Minute 33 to play.
3rd and 8 here for the Sabres. BPC trying to get a stop here on 3rd down, get the ball back before the end of the half. It's going to be an option this one, and there is the option to Bumba. He's going to have enough for the first down as he crosses midfield and finally gets drug out of bounds by Conley, but not before he gets down to the 46-yard line of the Spartans. 14, 15-yard run. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Option to the far side this time with Boomba, and he's going to get wrapped up.
Nice
I think that's
tackle.
Beekman. Nope, that's number 10.
Love. Talon Love.
Talon Love over there on the nice wrap up and tackle. Going to leave it a gain of what, 3, Chris?
We'll call it a gain of 3. I'm going to call it second and a short 8. 30 seconds to play here in the opening half. 28-14 in favor of the Sabres.
I do believe that's a false start if I saw one.
Take your pick. A handful.
The right guard and the center were the only two of
They're
the
still there at the line of scrimmage.
Of the 8 men, 4 of them were downfield.
So that 5-yard mark, I was going to move it back beyond the 46 to the 47-yard line. And I don't think we're going to get another play here before the half. Jeff, is the clock down to 10 seconds to play.
And Chris, that will bring us to the end of the first half. 28-14. The host St. Thomas More Sabres on top of your BPC Spartans. We'll be back. Chris is going to give us a couple ads. I'll get the stats figured up, and we'll be back here in a few minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And we're back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and the MDH Athletic Trainers and Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring.
STM would like to welcome our homecoming court attendants and announce
Halftime
the
here
Queen.
and homecoming for the Sabres, 28-14 in favor of St. Thomas More over BPC. And that half, Jeff had time to get those stats put together.
Man, that's the best part about the stats. I had them put together while I was doing them.
That's awesome, my friend.
But we're going to start with the host St. Thomas More Sabres. Leading rusher coming in to halftime. It's going to be Peace Bumba. 11 carries, 183 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Mary Catherine Kleesner.
DeLorenzo, 7 carries for 14 yards, and Samu with 1 carry for -3. DeLorenzo is
Introducing your junior
2 for 4 for 29 yards and an interception, and lead receiver is 81 Horn with the 17 yards reception, followed by Cuppernell with a 12-yard reception. He also had that 12-yard reception was a touchdown. For the Spartans, leading rusher is going to be number 3, Jalen Conley, 2 carries for 6 yards. Huffman, 5 carries for -1. Powell, 3 carries for -5. And Tanner Pierce with 1 carry for no yards. Where the Spartans have made up their offense is in the passing. Ben Powell is 6 for 8 for 133 yards. He has thrown 2 touchdown passes. He's also thrown 2 INTs. Lane Huffman with three receptions for 110 yards. Dalton Huffman, 1 reception for 4 yards. And Sean Leake with 2 receptions for 24 yards. The scoring breakdown of the first half showed at the 7:57 mark. Peace about lost the papers. Peace Bumba with a 54-yard, I think it was 54-yard scamper to get the scoring started. And then 27 seconds later, he had a 5-yard run that made the score 16-0 at the 7:35 mark. 4:48 in the first quarter. Cuppernell with a 12-yard catch made the score 22-0. And then to round out the scoring in the first quarter, Bumba had a 30-yard run that made the score 28-0. Then I guess it's the tale of 2 quarters, because in the second quarters it was all the Spartans. 49-yard catch for Lane Huffman made it 28-6, and then a 46-yard catch by Lane Huffman to make it 28-14, and that's where we sit here at halftime.
Thanks for the updated stats, Jeff, as he said 28-14 here at the half. Looks like the dance squad going to perform here. We may just let them take the audio here for a little bit.
The St. Thomas More dance team there with their halftime performance. Can't forget the mascot out there with him, Chris, getting with it also.
Yeah, I was going to pass along, since we've got some time here, Major League Baseball, a few scores we can pass along. Game 1 of a twilight doubleheader. Cardinals win Game 1 5-1 over the Champaign St. Thomas More in the northwest side of Champaign. Come over to the Champaign area. They take 57, first exit off 74 up 57 to Chicago and get off on the next exit after that. Nice open facility out here. Nice. Said when we walked up, I was wondering if this is an artificial turf field. Is definitely they've had more rain over here in this part of the state than we've seen back in West Central Illinois.
Yeah, not only this field, but I mean even the grass just around the facility, just nice lush green. And as we pulled up here, there was a soccer game going on here, so all of their sports complexes are right here next to each other. Soccer field off behind us to our right hand side, the baseball diamond's right here behind the football field.
The softball diamond over to the back towards the road to our left, east.
28-14 the score here at halftime, and we've still got about 12 and a half minutes before halftime ends, as it's a little longer halftime being homecoming. But the tale of two quarters there in that first half, Chris, is we let them come out and get a 28-0 lead in that first quarter, but the defense seemed to find their groove there in the second quarter, and the offense has found some success in the passing game.
Yeah, and we needed to try something because the ground game has been pretty much non-existent. We hand off the ball, and we're already 2, 3, 4 green jerseys back in the backfield for the Sabre defense. And both those passes from Powell to Huffman, just the first one on a dime, and the second one, Huffman did a fantastic job of just getting under the ball, because when it first released, I thought the ball was well over Elaine's head, and the wind kind of held it up a little bit. Elaine able to get under it, but yeah, what looked like it might be a kind of steamroll, and what we've seen at times with BPC, and that's what I talked with the coaches after the game last week. It was nice. We had the first two games where we just got, for lack of a better term, steamrolled coming out at the start of the game, and you're down, 28, 30 points, whatever it is. Now, granted, 8-man, we've seen where you can get some scores in pretty rapid succession, but for a team that doesn't have a lot of experience back in some spots for BPC, you don't want to dig yourself a deep hole like they did week 1 and 2. Last week, 8-point game with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and BPC deferred to the second half, comes out, takes the ball, great clock management offensively, score with 1 second left to go up by 2 scores, and then immediately come out a couple plays into the second half, boom, you add another score, and just kept that momentum going.
A couple things. I missed last week's game, but this is the 3rd game I've done, and all 3 games that I've done, we've held them for 2 to 3 yards on their first 2 plays, and then given up a 50-plus yard run on the 3rd play of the game for a touchdown.
Right.
We did it the first week. We did the same thing the second week, and we did it this week. The one thing I'll say is that we were able to adapt quicker this game to prevent, as you said, the snowball effect and just the getting steamrolled. Offensively, we have 11 carries for a net total of 0 yards of rushing in the first half.
Right, and we've got to find a way here at halftime to do something. St. Thomas More is going to make the adjustment. They've seen we can pass the football in the first half, so we've got to, and I think that's going to be our way from the way that first half played out. I mean, I think that's something we can keep going to, but you're going to have to pick up some running game, or St. Thomas More is going to do nothing but key on the pass.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to just keep of the 8 men. They're going to be able to, put pressure on with 3 guys and drop 5 until we're able to get the respect in the run game. But the problem is with the run game is what this actually may lead to, Chris, is a vice versa, where people run the ball to open up the pass game. We might have just opened up the run game by using the pass game.
And I said that we we've got to make some kind of change offensively. Don't go away from the pass because it clearly we had some success with it here in the second quarter, but find a way to get something going in the running game, which will only do positive things for the passing game for BPC.
The other thing I will point out is it's pretty even, but it has not been a clean first half by any means. 5 penalties for 50 yards for BPC and 7 penalties for 55 yards for St. Thomas More.
Right.
So,
and, you know, but St. Thomas More there on that last drive, like 20 yards of penalties back to on that one drive. I don't, maybe not the last drive. They had like,
I can tell you because
where they had the only fourth down they had in the first half.
It was 25 yards of penalties
on that. Okay.
On that, they had a 10-yard holding penalty that moved them back, and then they had a delay of game, and then back-to-back false starts.
Right.
I'm sorry, 20 yards. The last false start was on the one here when everyone took off, but. We're just over 4 minutes here to go. Then we'll add the 3 minutes on warm-ups. We're about 7 minutes away from starting our second half. We're going to throw us a couple ads at you, and we're going to step away here for a minute so Chris and I can get a breather, and we'll be back here in a few minutes.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, you know, they're all good. And you get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And we're back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Also brought to you by our pre- and post-game show sponsor, that's JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Also brought to you by the Raritan State Bank. Let's take that and start that over again.
Easy for you to say.
Raritan State Bank, Bushnell branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank at friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Also brought to you by King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell, Macomb Sports, Bushnell-Prairie City Athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 2. They also perform DOT CDL physicals for just $85. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending, and its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 44 East Main Street or their drive-up facility in Cole Street to learn more. Farmers and Merchants is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. 28-14 in favor of the Sabres. They will have the football to start the second half. So we get the 3 minutes on the clock. Looking ahead, Jeff, I called it the World Tour last week with the coaches in the postgame show. We've 3 straight finishing up here, then 5 home games. 4 straight at home. Peoria Heights, of course, homecoming next week. Defending state champion Polo coming in on September 30th. And Amboy, 2 home Saturday games on October 8th and 15th, with Amboy on the 8th, Pawnee on the 15th, and the lone away game for BPC just down Route 9 to Scioto to take on the Cyclones.
Coach McCormick and the Cyclones last night looked like they had a tough game there at home. And
Pawnee.
No,
that was Ridgewood last night.
Yeah, Ridgewood. I was like, Pawnee doesn't sound right.
No.
Yep. Watched a little bit of that game on the
broadcast. Yep.
So,
Macomb off to a 4-0 start.
I'm happy to see that. To be blunt, I think it's going to be the Farmington effect, where Farmington played smaller schools through the year, and then they get that big school in the playoff, and it's an eye-opener when they realize, that's what I'm scared for Macomb. I'm afraid they're going to get in, and they're going to get a school that's actually their size in the playoffs, and it's going to be a different look. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong for the sake of it, because I like watching them guys play, and it's a fun team to watch. I just, I think it's not their fault. I mean, they're playing the schools that are in their conference and that they're scheduled against. You can definitely see there's a competition difference.
So homecoming next Friday night for BPC as they welcome Peoria Heights to town.
That's funny. This would be my 25-year class reunion,
and Peoria
Heights was our homecoming game, and it was the first time we ever played Peoria Heights.
I remember that.
You was just a young one then.
Yeah.
So I was too.
Yeah. Yeah. We were both a lot younger back then, 25 years ago.
Actually,
I'm liking the music here from.
Actually, it would have been 26 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Because it would have been 96.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. It's actually, I got to do my math here. It was 27 years ago the first time we played Peoria Heights, because it was my junior year that we played them, not my senior year.
Right.
Because I started thinking to myself, I was like, no, I remember that was an overtime game, and Jason Pig caused the fumble that we recovered to stop them from scoring, and we had already scored. So, and that would have been my junior year.
Okay.
So, you know what? I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can tell you how that game turned out.
Yeah, I know. I remember several of the some of the first trips over there. We played Saturday afternoon games because
they didn't have lights.
They didn't have lights along. Okay, and I'm sure you've heard this story. The probably one of the funniest. I've had 2 things. We missed an entire half of a game going to Peoria Heights because of a flat tire. The first time we went over there on Saturday, we were in the press box. Well, they weren't used to somebody standing next to it. Well, they had a starter pistol for the end this quarter. They pointed the starter pistol in the window about 4 feet in front of my face, and we were on the air. So
we're set for action here in the second half. Ardia's got it teed up on the 40 for the Spartans, and we're set here for second half action. Ardia, nice deep kick, gonna go right through the hands. That's a live ball.
Yep.
I keep forgetting high school football. It doesn't matter that it
goes in and touched.
It doesn't matter that if it's touched.
Right.
College or anything else, that ball is touched on the outside. It's a live ball, but high school football, once it crosses the goal line, it's a touchback. But Ardelia with a nice deep kick to the over the return man's head about the 10. So
that was 81 Bent Horn on the attempted return for the St. Thomas More Sabres. So they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, just underway here in the second half. 28-14 lead for the Sabres over the Spartans.
Wide receiver near side. De La Rosa, the lone quarterback, going to hand off to the lone setback, who is Bumba. He's going to bring it near side. He's going to be forced out of bounds just short of the first down.
Run out by, is that Willie?
Yes.
Gain of 8. Closer to 9. Thought he went out at about the 28, but they're going to move it up to the 29. 2nd and 1 for St. Thomas More.
It's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Sabres.
There we go. Now slide block right. Help Rocky go to the right.
Wide receiver far side, going to be the option play far side. Going to pitch to Boomba. He's going to turn it upfield and he gets hit nicely there, but not till after he's already up the field about 8 yards. He's going to have a gain of about, I'll give him a gain of 10 and a first down. Unofficially, that puts him over 200 yards in the contest.
Clock down to 11:15 to play here, 3rd quarter.
Handoff up the middle. Into some traffic that time was Boomba. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 5. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5.
Kramer and Conley on the stop. I'll call it maybe closer to 4. Nose of the football, not quite to the 45.
Second down here for the Sabres. Quarterback's going to go right past the blitzing linebacker. Can be brought down by Dalton Huffman, but not after a gain of 17.
It was Lane Huffman on the blitz for BPC.
So first down for the Sabres. Ball on the Spartan, just shy of the 38-yard line.
Hey, you're unbalanced your way. You're unbalanced your way. Huffman, slide right.
Option, the high pitch. Dangerous pitch, but it's going to work out for him as Boomba's going to take it down the far sideline, and he's going to have a gain of around
and about the 20.
15, about a gain of 18, it looks like.
And what a pitch by Di Lorenzo on that play. Had to pitch it up over Lane Huffman on that blitz.
Have everybody pitch. Tell everybody to pitch.
Wide receiver near side for the Sabres.
Rock outside. Rock outside. Too many linemen downfield. Linemen downfield. You tell him you got to call it. He threw it. Incomplete.
So incomplete pass there on the, looked like a run pass option.
That'll stop the clock with 8:58 to play. 28-14, 2nd and 10. No, Coach Snyder up here. That was pretty close if it wasn't legal forward pass across the line of scrimmage on the play.
Well, not only that, I think he was
And
behind
down-
it, but
and
there
right
was about
down line.
3 linemen,
Yeah.
linemen were downfield blocking. Coach Snyder trying to do his best Coach Akers impersonation up here. Wide receiver near side, boom with a lone setback for the Sabres. Handoff, wrapped up in the backfield, gets away from the first guy, but the second guy wraps him up. So is that Lane Huffman wraps him up. Dalton Huffman comes in to help clean it up.
And Nate Kramer finished it off.
So a loss of what, 5, Chris?
Called a loss of 5 back to the 26-yard line, 8.5 to play. Third quarter, 28-14 lead for the Sabres.
Last time they let them get down this close and was able to hold them out and get a turnover on downs. 3rd and 15 now. Definitely 4-down territory, but see if the Spartans can get another stop and the ball back. Looks like they're going 2 wide receivers far side, 1 near side. Motion near side. Drop back, look to throw, a little pressure, dancing around. Now he's under pressure by Conley. He's going to be wrapped up by Conley, and is that Kramer that came in to finish it up?
Yes,
it
was.
Kramer came in and finished it up, and another
4, 5, back to the 31, called loss of 5. So now 4th and 20 for the Sabres, 7:50 to play here in the third quarter, 28-14. Sabres on top by 14.
I'm just waiting for this to.
I maybe a little bit the wind's calmed down just a bit, not much.
So 4th and 20 here for the Sabres. Spartans looking to hold them here on 4th down. 3 wide receivers, second drop back. Huffman on the blitz. Kramer on the blitz from the other side, and it's going to throw here to the flat. No one in the vicinity. It's going to be an incomplete pass. The Spartans will take over 1st and 10, ball on their own 31-yard line.
Dalton Huffman, the closest player to that football. So BPC holds again, 7:13 to play, 1st and 10, BPC from their own 31-yard line, down by 14.
And I think Dalton did a good job there. He actually kind of surveyed the area, and I don't know if he could have got to the interception, but you wouldn't have wanted it anyways. No. So Spartans take over here after the turnover on downs. Huffman in the backfield, going to drop back to pass. He's going to be under pressure. Throws out to the flats, and ooh, dangerous pass.
Powell's pass to Dalton Huffman.
Yep, intended for Dalton Huffman. DeLorenzo there to break it up. Going to be incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
7:07 to play, third quarter.
Wide receiver far side. Lane Huffman, the lone setback. Going to fake the handoff. Powell's going to move a little QB dive up the middle. Going to be a short gain. Yeah, gain of 1 for Powell.
It's going to be a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 for BPC. 6:45 to play, third quarter.
So it looks like there's a
flag on the far side. Sideline? Could that be a sideline thing, maybe?
I heard someone yell from the sideline, no warning. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
Give their player a warning, but unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Let's move it all the way back to almost the 15-yard line.
So 3rd and forever now for the Spartans.
First down, to get the first down, they got to get clear out to their own 42-yard line.
Oh, I saw what they were.
Yep.
Saw what they were setting up there, but the timing was just off. They were trying to do a little. We used to call that a transcontinental, run one way and throw it back across the field. And he had Huffman over there in some room, but Huffman had to fight his way through and didn't see the ball coming. It's going to be incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 4th and forever for the Spartans.
I believe that's been horned back for the Sabres.
That
And
might have
blocked.
had to been a
Yeah,
tip.
it was tipped. And the Sabres are going to take over at their own 32, 33-yard line.
So what I noticed on that one there is the last couple times that Ardillas punted, he's had time and he's been able to go slow. And I think that's something that he noticed because one guy on the far sideline started working his way up. And as soon as the ball was snapped, he came across, and he was the one that was able to get his hand on it.
Sabres set up 1st and 10 from the Spartan 32, 6:29 to play here in the third quarter. 28-14 lead for the Sabres.
Wide receiver far side. Peace Bumba in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to him here to the near side. And he's going to have it up.
Across the 30. 28, 27-yard line.
Look like a gain of 4. Second and 6 now for the Sabres. Option far side, going to be a pitch to Boomba. He's going to get wrapped up, but not before he gets the first down, it looks like.
Conley on the stop. The bad thing about that was the backside got the stop, but the kind of force of the tackle pushed Bumba up across the 22 down to 21 and a first down for the Sabres.
So 1st and 10 now for the Sabres. Ball on the Spartan 21-yard line, 22-yard line. Going to be a pitch there inside, ball on the ground, Boomba, and the Spartans are going to recover it. I think Jalen Conley recovers the fumble. It was a low pitch to Bumba on the outside, and he wasn't able to corral it. Jalen Conley on the recovery, so Spartans will take over 1st and 10, ball on their own 23-yard line.
It was Jalen Conley on the football for BPC. So Spartans dodge a bullet here. Let's see if they can capitalize and cut into that Sabre 14-point lead.
Low snap. Powell under pressure. And they're going to say he was down, so it's going to be a sack and a loss of, a loss of about 12, it looks like.
Yeah, from the 23 back to just about, well, call it a lot. Yeah, 11. We'll call it the 11. Second and 21 for BPC.
Powell alone in the backfield, 2 wide receivers near side. Quick screen here to the near side.
Across the 20.
Taylon Love with the reception.
Oh,
no, I'm sorry, Link. It looked like a 10.
Yes, it did.
Just as soon as I said that he turned, I saw it was a 16.
Call it to the up to the 21. So 3rd and about 12 for BPC. 4:25 to play third quarter. Sabres on top, 28-14.
Third and long here for the Spartans. 2 wide receivers going to go to the far side this time. Powell alone in the backfield. Blitz coming. Quick throw out to the outside. And
good pursuit.
Yeah, good defensive pursuit there by the Sabres. He's going to get a gain of maybe 2.
Yard.
He's going to get it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Link on the catch. So 4th and 10. Ball out to the 23-yard line, and we're going to see another punt.
We'll see if that guy there on the far sideline. Nope,
this time.
not this time.
Nice kick.
Good punt. Going to be fielded at the 45, and he's going to slip and fall and go down as Horn had some room there. He wanted to cut it back to the other side and just lost his footing. So return of about 6 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sabres on their own 48-yard line. Only 3:23 remaining here in the third quarter. The score 28-14. The Sabres on top of the Spartans.
We can tell you about King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. They support BPC Athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MyDC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals for just $85. Also brought to you by Webb Family Farms. They've been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season.
2 wide receivers here to the near side for the Sabres, and they're going to take a timeout. Some confusion by the offense, so 3:23 here in this third quarter, 28-14 the score.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And we're back here at Champaign St. Thomas More. The Sabres will have it 1st and 10 from their own 48, 3:23 to play here in the third quarter.
2 wide receivers near side. DeLorenzo in the shotgun is going to hand off to Bum up the middle. He's going to get hit in the backfield, break the tackle, break another tackle down the far sideline. He's going to break a 4th tackle,
5th.
Spin off another guy, and he's going to be in for a touchdown.
Ben Powell finally got a hold of him, or no, Beekman got a hold of him, but crossed the end line before he tackled him down. 52 yards on the first play of the fourth quarter.
No, first play out of the timeout.
Oh, that's right. Third quarter. We're still in the third quarter. 3:08 to play. 34-14 now the lead for the Sabres.
That is their first score from the 2-minute since the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Well, you gave them a score, but 2-point conversion. Lorenzo's going to cut it back across the field and be in for the touchdown, or for the 2-point conversion.
That pushes the lead at 36-14 in favor of the Sabres. 3:08 to play here in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 36-14 lead in favor of the Sabres.
Kevin Kraft, who had 3 goals in the soccer game today, set to kick off as STM
We talked about the soccer game going on. The gentleman getting ready to do the kicking here. Kraft for Sabres, 3 goals in the soccer game today. So I guess both the teams have soccer players as kickers.
Yes.
Ours just came from Spain. That kick's going to go out of bounds, though. It was, I don't know if that was just a missed kick or if he was trying to place it there in that little corner area, but
it's going to go out of bounds, so BBC will get it.
Should be a 5-yard mark off from where it went out, or they're just going to do it right on the 30. It's different every game.
Yeah, 35-yard lines were there.
Well, we were at one. If it didn't go out before the 35, they marked off 5 yards and placed it. So
3:08 to play.
Yep. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball on their own 35-yard line. 2 wide receivers near side. Powell alone in the backfield. Spartans going to go with the spread offense from here out, it looks like. Powell's going to drop back, look to throw. Throws over the middle to Ethan Pierce.
Not much.
Is that right?
Yeah, 42. Gain of about 3 on the pass play. Nice hit by, I think that was Cuppernell.
And then Brody Cuppernell with the rude awakening.
2:45 to play, 3rd quarter.
Tanner Pierce with the catch.
Okay. He's going to check out of the ball game and
spread it out once again. Powell in the backfield. He's going to drop back under pressure. Throws here to the flats. Nice catch there by Jake Willie. It's going to be
about 3 or 4 again.
Up to about the 41-yard line.
3rd and 4.
Going to bring out 3rd and 3, maybe 4.
Clock down to 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter.
We're going to call it 3rd and 4 here for the Spartans. This time Huffman's in the backfield with Powell. Still going to drop back, look to pass, throws it out in the flat, and no one is there. As miscommunication as Link ran a hook, and Powell threw an out.
I don't know if that was going to hit. I think it was going to Link, but Dalton Huffman also there a little, just beyond the 1st down marker.
Yeah, that was above and behind, too high and behind Dalton Huffman.
BBC going to go for it here on 4th and 3, 1:46. Play 3rd quarter.
Nice catch there. Let's see. It is a catch, and it is enough for a 1st down. Link with a nice little toe touch there. I think he got both feet down.
Gain of about 4. Just enough for the 1st down.
No, they had to get to the 45. That's a gain of almost 6.5.
Okay.
We're just going to say 6.
We'll call it 6. 1:39 now to play, 3rd quarter.
First and 10 for the Spartans. 2 wide receivers near side. Motion with Link. It's going to fake the pitch, throw the flat here to Lane. Nope, that was Pierce.
Off his hands. And then nearly intercepted by DiLorenzo. Clock stop now, 1:32 to play, 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10.
I didn't see Tanner Pierce coming underneath. I just knew Lane had come out in the flat, and I looked up and I was surprised that Pierce was there and that ball was to him.
Right.
So 1 wide receiver set this time. Huffman in the backfield. Fake the handoff. Powell's going to keep it. Spin off the first tackler, but get wrapped up and brought down after a gain of about 2.
Looked like that hole was going to stay open for a little bit more for Ben on that play, but it's going to set up a 3rd and 8. 1:10 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 36-14 lead for the Sabres.
Huffman in the backfield with Powell, one wide receiver near side. Going to look to pass, going to throw over the middle, down the far sideline, just going to overthrow his would-be receiver.
Dalton Huffman.
Incomplete pass intended for
So that will bring up a 4th and 8 now for the Spartans.
Third quarter clock has 42.5 seconds to play.
Two wide receivers near side. Powell by himself in the backfield. He has time. Pump fakes it, throws it down the middle of the field. He's got Huffman once again.
Touchdown.
And he's going to be in for the touchdown. 52 yards.
Score coming with 33.2 seconds to play, third quarter. Lead back to just 16 for the Sabres, 36-20. Come out and line up with a single receiver to both sides. Lane Huffman in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff. Powell going to throw it over Dalton Huffman, a little too high. So with 33.2 seconds to play, third quarter, 36-20 lead for the Sabres. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live in just a moment.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
We're brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business banking, also home and agricultural lending, and its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. Farmers and Merchant is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Is it too early to onside kick it? Little top spin kick. Do a little Pat McCaffrey and just recovered himself.
There you go.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah, McAfee.
Nope, we're going to kick it down the far right side, stay in bounds. It's going to take a
nice
nice Spartan bounce. Be picked up at the 10-yard line. Now the tacklers need to break down and make the tackle.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Still on his feet, finally wrapped up inside the 40. Number 7, Gary Hughes on the stop.
What could have been a tackled all the way down inside the 20, just no breaking down by the Spartan special teams and just letting him run right by him.
So first and 10 for the Sabres. The ball at the BPC 36.
Spartans are going to take a timeout. I don't know if you can hear Coach Snyder or not, but they only had seven people on the field.
Timeout, Spartans.
So 19.3 seconds remaining now in the third quarter. 36-20 the score.
M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish a new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mnbfurnitureinc.com. You can also give them a call, 309-772-2111. 11. Also brought to you by Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow, continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 South of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333.
Going to be a handoff to Boomba up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up, ball on the
BPC's
ground.
on it.
And Huffman's going to pick it up, make a man miss, and get it up to the 49-yard line.
What a turn there for BPC.
I believe that was number 42, Tanner Pierce, on the forced fumble.
So.
And then Huffman just snatched it up off the ground.
Yep. So BPC with a shot for one more play here in the third quarter. 10.3 seconds to play. Down 16.
I think, well, you got the wind behind your back. You
Take
just
the
throw
pass.
throw that deep ball again to Huffman and see what you get. But what do I know? Because he's in the backfield next to Powell.
Got Dalton and breaks a tackle.
And he's going to truck stick the next guy. And Dalton Huffman's going to have a gain of, call it 15.
As that will be the final play of the third quarter. Heading to the fourth, BPC down by 16. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Sabre 37-yard line, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as we head to the fourth quarter. Sabres on top by 16, 36-20. We can tell you, and we appreciate all the great TSSR Game Time Live sponsors, including Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time Live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop and say hi, 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb.
So Spartans are going to come out 1st and 10 after the 15-yard completion to Dalton Huffman.
You have Ben almost 300 yards passing.
Got him at 241 yards right now.
Okay.
And now he's going to fall under. Now he's going to get picked off as he threw under duress on that one. DeLorenzo's going to pick it off. And finally he's going to get brought down, but not before he's all the way down inside the Spartan 30-yard line. That's one of those ones that maybe you just throw it out of bounds. I don't even think you have to eat it. He can get rid of it. He's out of the pocket, but throw it out of bounds and live to throw another pass. But falling back like that, that's just couldn't get much on it. And DeLorenzo was right there to jump all over it.
So the Sabres will get it now on the return at the Spartan 29-yard line.
So a turnover for turnover there as we caused a fumble and picked it up, and 2 plays later we throw an interception. Boomba in the backfield for the Sabres. He's going to take the handoff, going to come near side. Lots of open green running here. He's going to stiff arm Talon Love.
Into the end zone.
And he's going to dive into the end zone for the touchdown. 29-yard touchdown run.
Makes it 42-20 now in favor of the Sabres. That shaking player, is that Bumba? I think so. And what we're going to do, we'll step aside here for a moment and we'll be back.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
For the Sabres. Quarterback under pressure is going to roll away from. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Dalton had him wrapped up, and then Nate Kramer comes in and just cleans it up. 2-point conversion is no good, but 11:39 in the fourth quarter. The score is 42-20. St. Thomas More Sabres on top of your BPC Spartans.
A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to live with the dizziness day to day, especially concussions as well, that we can treat those things here. Same with pain. You don't have to live with the pain that you're experiencing. We have the ability to help you.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
We're back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 42-20 lead for the Sabres, 11:39 to play. We're brought to you also by Rosie's Pizza. They offer something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and of course pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. See Lane Huffman back for BPC, back at about the 12-yard line.
Kick off the ball for the Sabres.
Kraft tees it up for the Sabres.
Nice
There's a
deep
better kick.
with
That one's
the-
going to go all the way. Oh, going to go
That's
out of bounds. Thought it might kick into the end zone, but went out at about the 3.
So they'll place the ball at the 35-yard line.
Ball's going to start at the 35-yard line of the Spartans due to the ball being kicked out of bounds.
Spartans are going to come out with an empty backfield. 2 wide receivers far side. Pass underneath to Huffman. He's going to make some things happen as he brings it back across field, and now he's down the near sideline.
Stayed in bounds.
There
Stays
he goes.
in.
Breaks through last tackle. 65-yard touchdown run by after the reception by Lane Huffman.
5-yard reception.
That's going to make it a 42-26 lead for the Sabres. 11:20 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Two-point conversion. Ben's going to drop back, throw it to the front corner, and
It's
is
in.
good. 2-point conversion is good for
Sean
the Spartans.
So that makes it a 42-28 lead. We'll be back 11:20 to play here in the contest from Champaign St. Thomas More.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And we're back here at St. Thomas More High School in Champaign, Illinois. 65-yard touchdown pass from Ben Powell to Lane Huffman makes the score 42-28. 11:20 to go here in the contest. Spartans got the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Ardelia to do the kicking. Now he's going to be kicking into the wind. Nice squib kick, and take that big bounce right through the 5-hole. Samu came up to field it, and that thing took a bounce right through the wickets, Chris.
And did.
St. Thomas More just going to fall on the ball at about their own 29-yard line, 30-yard line. I forgot, they mark it on hole numbers, so on the 30-yard line.
It's on the 30.
Holy cow, it's on the 29.
Holy cow. And that passing touchdown does now put Ben Powell over 300 yards on the afternoon.
306 and puts Lane Huffman at just 227 receiving.
That's not a bad day.
No. Oh.
Still 11:20 to go. 42-28 lead for the Sabres.
They're going to let the clock run down, do some time management here.
Play clock down to 9.
The clock's not running, but it's going to hand off to Samu. He's going to take it to the far side, and he's going to be upended in the backfield.
Peter Samu with the carry.
Believe that was Lane.
Yes.
Nope.
Jake
Wiley. Going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah, loss of 2 back to the 27. 11 minutes exactly to play here, fourth quarter.
We see Boomba here on the near sideline on the bench, so he appears to be out. And that could make a big difference. Now going to let the clock run all the way down. Option near side. DeLorenzo's going to keep it up over the 35, and he's going to come up
about
lane.
10. Gain of about 10.
DeLorenzo's going to be injured on the play.
He goes back to the huddle, but he's going to have to come off for a play.
Yeah. Yeah, because they stopped the clock for him, so he has to come off. So St. Thomas More going to take a timeout so that way they don't have to have DeLorenzo sit out one play. He did have a nice gain there.
About
7-8 yards on the carry.
Yeah, I'll call it 3rd and 4. And we're going to step aside and we'll be back in a moment.
A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to live with the dizziness day to day, especially concussions as well, that we can treat those things here. Same with pain. You don't have to live with the pain that you're experiencing. We have the ability to help you.
And we're back here after the timeout for a third and call it 4 for the Sabres. Quarterback's going to keep it, turn it upfield, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 40, but I think he's going to have enough for a first down.
Move the change, first down, Sabres.
Needed 4 and got 4.
Clock moving 9:50 to play fourth quarter. 42-28 lead for the Sabres.
This will let the Sabres run some more time off the clock. Spartans effectively 2 scores down right now.
Yes. Play clock at 15.
They're going to let this run all the way down. And that's the one thing, too, about having the play clocks at the end of the field.
You can see and not have to wait for the official.
The quarterback can watch and see what the time is. And at 5, he can start his cadence and go. Del Lorenzo's going to cut it back opposite field after coming near side and get pushed out of bounds.
Talon Love pushing him out on the 48-yard line? 47?
Oh, no, the official's standing about the 45-yard line.
Okay, so a gain of 5.
Gain of 5 on that one, bring up a 2nd and 5.
9:11 to play here in the fourth quarter.
So here on 2nd and 5 for the Sabres. They're still letting the clock run down, but there's no clock running, so.
Right.
Del Lorenzo takes the snap. He's going to run it up the middle. He's going to do a little stop and go and get outside, and he's going to have enough for a first down once again. He's going to give him 6 and another first down.
Gain of 11.
6.
6.
Nice blocks out there by Toby Krebs, Robbie Maverick, and J.J. Schmidt.
8:30 to go.
Wide receiver far side for the Sabres. Samu and Del Lorenzo in the backfield. Del Lorenzo's going to take it, pitch it out to Samu. He's going to have a gain that looks like of about 2.
2 or 3, yep.
Yep, they're going to mark it up 1 more yard, so bring up a 2nd and 7.
Ball at the Spartan 46. 7:50 to play. Before I get coming up on the game, we'll talk it over with the coaches on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. Just going to have audio with them today. Is the I don't think we want the coaches to have to climb up to the roof of the press box.
And I don't want Miles to have to break down the camera and bring it down.
So just have audio of the coaches this afternoon.
2nd and 7 here. Del Lorenzo going to hand it straight up the middle to Samu. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Is that to Beekman? I think so. Brock Beekman, number 5 on the stop. No gain.
Brings up 3rd and 7 now for the Sabres. They're going to get this down to about 6.5 minutes. If the Spartans can get a stop here, they should get the ball back with just under or
6.
just under 6 minutes.
Play clock down to 15.
Hey, slant towards me. Slant towards me. Tell Dalton, come towards me. Dalton towards me. Why's Ben out? Brock up. Jalen's too far inside.
Pitch outside, and nice pursuit there by the Spartans.
Kramer.
Nate Kramer on the tackle. He's going to get a gain of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Timeout taken by BPC. 6:17 to play. We'll be back in just a moment.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Back here.
Got some House of Pain jump around going.
On TSSR Game Time Live.
So get out your seat and jump around.
It's like they're going to punt it away.
Spartans don't have anyone deep, which
send some heat.
I don't know if that just I'd make sure that they are punting the ball.
Right.
Good end over end punt, get in the end zone. Out of the back of the end zone, so that'll bring it back out to the 20. So that's only going to be about a 25-yard difference in field position. So
6:10.
Yep, as I say, 6:10. I figured to be just under 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes, get the ball back. Spartans 2 scores down here, 42-28 the score, 6:10 remaining in the contest. Story of the game has been the BPC passing game. Has Ben Powell over 300 yards passing today. I got him at 306 unofficially, and Lane Huffman at 227 yards receiving. The Spartans come out, 2 wide receiver set. Huffman in the backfield with Powell. Oh, we're going to try a double reverse, and that play just – I don't know if the second pitch was off or what happened, but
Tanner Pierce, I think, 42. Took the pitch and was trying to pitch it back to Sean Lincoln. Tanner had it, just the pitch was off on the second pitch. Tanner's going to fall on it back at the 16.
It's a loss of, is that
or the 11?
That's the 11. So it's a loss of 9.
5:35 to play.
I kind of agree with Coach Snyder. I don't think that was the right time for that play. Ben going to drop back, going to chuck it over the middle. 2 Spartans right there in the same vicinity, which means there's also 4 green jerseys right there in the same vicinity.
Lane and Pierce.
Incomplete pass, broken up by number 26.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 19 now.
Craddock on the pass breakup for the Sabres. Stops the clock with 5:22 to play. 42-28 lead for St. Thomas More.
Breaks up a 9 completions in a row for
wow.
Ben. 4 wide receiver set. Powell alone in the shotgun. Going to drop back and look to throw. Going to step up in the pocket under pressure. Avoids the pressure. Going to turn out near side. Going to put his shoulder down and get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just shy of the 20.
DiLorenzo on the stop. I was going to say before that play, you know you're in 4 down, obviously 4 down territory here. You don't have to get everything there. And Ben doing a nice job of getting out of some serious pressure in the backfield and getting it a manageable, I guess you would call it, 4th and 11. Ball needs to go across the BPC 30 4:40 to go.
4 wide receivers set for the Spartans. Powell alone in the shotgun. 4th down and 11 here for the Spartans. He's going to throw it far sideline. He's got a man, and he didn't even make interception.
Interception by Reed Craddock, tackled by the 25-yard line.
Craddock on the INT for St. Thomas More.
That was one of those cases where who just wanted the ball more,
Right.
and they did.
Yep. So they'll take over 1st and 10 at the BPC 24, 4:26 to play. BPC with 2 timeouts remaining.
Matt De Lorenzo with the kneel down.
Now the bad part for De Lorenzo is he's going to be taking knees that we're going to it's going to cut into his stats.
Right. Play clock down to 15, game clock to 4:05.
He should not be on the field if the clock is
St. Thomas More going to let it run all the way down to 1 second on the play clock and take the timeout. 3:47 to play, 4th quarter, 42-28 lead in front for the Sabres, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, also brought to you by Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April to October, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4 for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Currently, they have pumpkins and all their other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Jo to counter. Family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown.
So after the timeout taken by the Sabres, 3:47 to go on the game clock. 2nd and 12. The Sabres in victory formation. And they'll take the knee on that one.
BPC going to take a timeout with 3:42 to play. We'll keep it here and tell you about the Community News Brief for all your local news. Subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. Also an option, you can also receive a Monday and Friday editions by email. All that for $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. And also brought to you by our main sponsor, that's Medina District Hospital. Our athletic trainers and rehabilitation centers with locations in Bushnell, Macomb provide expert help to Spartan and student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. Medina District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. Scores from Major League Baseball. Bottom of the 7th, Blue Jays on top of the Orioles 6-2. Nationals lead the Marlins 3-1, top of the 4th.
And they're going to take the snap and kneel down one more time.
Another kneel
I thought, Coach Snyder and I in agreement, I thought BPC still had one timeout remaining, but apparently that is not the case. Clock down to 3:25 and counting.
So this will bring up a 4th and 14. They're going to be able to run this down to about the 3:46, and then they'll take a timeout, is what I'm assuming that the Sabres will do.
All right, that is going to be delay a game.
So I'll stop the clock with the delay game at 2:45 to play. Play clock at 31 seconds, so they can run it down almost to 2 minutes to play.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was surprised when he started the clock after the penalty. That's a dead ball. The official shouldn't have started the clock here, but he's got dinner plans evidently.
Take the timeout at 2:02 to play. We're going to step aside and be back in just a moment.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
So the third penalty.
Apparently, the third time you get a delay game, you actually can stop the clock. And we're back here on TSSR Game Time Live. Some interesting officiating here.
And that's going to take a nice Sabre bounce right out to about the 7-yard line, right out of bounds.
Yep. So BPC has a minute 26, and what we're coming out of the commercial laughing about, they had a delay game penalty stops the clock. St. Thomas More took 2 consecutive delay game penalties, and the official started the clock. Where everybody up here in the press box is kind of dumbfounded.
When you've got the white hat and dinner plans, you can make the clock go as quick as you want.
Well, maybe he's trying to get to Cracker Barrel before 5 o'clock. I don't know. I know.
I mean, you did let the clock not run for about a minute, so.
So BPC has it 1st and 10.
Ben Powell going to throw one short here to Pierce. Pierce is going to bring it down the near sideline and go out of bounds. They'll
First
probably
down. Maybe run the clock again. I don't know.
Well, he signaled to stop it this time, so Pierce going to have a gain of about 15 on the play.
Minute 16.
Wow.
Powell on the snap. Looks, he's going to be wrapped up, and the pass incomplete, nearly intercepted by De Lorenzo. Well, we think.
A gentleman's bet he starts the clock.
Not today. Not today. Clock stopped with 57.2 seconds to play.
Ben Powell going to drop back, going to throw one deep over middle, kind of a waggling.
That's going to be Horn.
Intercepted.
On the interception.
Couple kneel downs or even a couple delay of games, and the game's over.
And no joke, we have seen things called completely different. I think every week there's something different called.
We've seen games where they mark 5-yard penalties off from where the ball goes out of bounds instead of placing it at the 35.
Yeah, that was Ridgewood's.
The Sabres' next home game is Saturday, the 24th, against Pawnee Lincolnwood. 7 o'clock, so join us Saturday night.
Ooh, a Saturday night game. So they won't even have to take another snap as the play clock actually has more time than the game clock. So that'll be the end of the contest here in about 18 seconds. 42-28, the final score here from St. Thomas More in Champaign. As the Spartans, a well-fought game, not much offensively on the running game, but definitely a lot of success through the air.
And your Sabres are victorious on this homecoming Saturday.
So 42-28, our final score. We're going to step aside, and we'll be back here in just a moment with the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
We're back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 42-28, our final. We're into the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink, chance to take a nice wad of cash, take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Again, due to camera placement on the top of the press box, we will just have an audio interview with the coaches here after they talk it over with the young men down below.
Yeah, well, we got some time, some quick stats. Lane Huffman's going to end the day with -1 yards rushing. Ben Powell with -5 yards rushing. Pierce with -9 yards rushing. And Conley, the only positive, he's going to end the contest with 6 yards rushing. The flip side of the story is Ben Powell's going to end the day. Let me count this up here real quick. He threw 1, 2, 3. He threw 5 interceptions. He was 12 for 23 for 324 yards. And 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns, 5 INTs, and like I said, 324 yards. The 4 touchdowns all go to Lane Huffman, who had 5 receptions for 227 yards. Dalton Huffman with 2 receptions and 19 yards. Sean Link, 5 receptions, 40 yards. Pierce with 2 receptions, 17 yards, and Willie with the 1 catch for 2 yards. And that's going to round it out for the Spartan offense. For the Sabres, De La Rosa is going to end up with 46 yards rushing on 14 carries, and Bumble's going to end with 291 yards on 20 carries.
(42-28), the final score again in favor of the Sabres is Champaign St. Thomas More here on their homecoming. BBC is going to fall to 1-3. Homecoming for BBC coming up on Friday night against Peoria Heights. As BBC will have 4 of the next 5 at home, and then the lone road game will be the short trip down Route 9 to Scioto.
You know, I was wondering, that was the Iron Spike contest between Rodis and McCormick. I had said something to the coaches, and they were just like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're still playing for it." I wonder if Coach Rodis, if you're listening, did you
keep the trophy?
Did you leave the Iron Spike, or did you take it with? You'll have to. Inquiring minds want to know.
No.
Or did you leave it in the coach's office? That's which. Who knows if it's still there.
Thanks again for watching and tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. At our pre- and post-game Joe sponsor, we thank JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live event, MDH. Let's start that over again. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. As see the coaches heading this way.
I'm going to.
Okay, and you know what? That'll be a perfect time. We're going to step aside for a second, and we'll be right back.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
We're back here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game night, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory.
The coaches were heading up here, but
now they're talking with Coach Watson, I believe, from Champaign St. Thomas More.
It almost looks like the sisters there's blocking her way.
It does. It does.
You shall not pass.
So again, BPC falling here 42-28 here on this Saturday afternoon. The coaches are on their way up, and well, they were on their way up. Now they've gotten stopped again. Third time's the charm, right? 42-28 again, our final score. And Jeff, I think all in all, the coaches made up here real quick. You know, BPC, I thought, did a good job of coming back there in that second quarter. Simply because we could have been steamrolled like we'd seen in a couple earlier games. And we're going to hand the headset over to the coaches.
Coach Schlissler, Coach Schwartz join us here at the post-game, JoJo's post-game show. Tell you what, the one thing that Chris and I were just talking about, as you guys coming up, this was one of those games, like you look at week 1, week 2, where at the very beginning things start to steamroll, and this game could have went a completely different direction. You guys actually held them scoreless from the 2-minute mark in the second quarter till halfway through the third quarter, and it was you guys. I didn't see the heads hanging, and they were still in the game.
Yeah, and that's what we told them during halftime. Hey, brand new ball game when you guys walk out there. You know, we got to have the energy. And that's what I'm telling them. Hey guys, it's football. Let's smile a little bit. They're all over there, kind of. I mean, you held them. You didn't let them score in the second quarter. You guys scored 14 unanswered on them. So I mean, smile, have fun. It's football. So, you know, we just got to keep the energy and stuff like that. And the biggest thing is small things. You know, we fix the small things, turnovers. Those turnovers killed us. You know, not making tackles kills us. So we fix those small things, and I'm going to be just fine.
Of course, unofficially, on my stats here, Ben, 4 touchdown passes, 5 INTs, but 324 yards unofficially.
Wow.
Yeah. The 4 touchdown passes all went to Lane. You guys seem to find success with that fly route down the seam.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of Lane's mentality. You know, Lane doesn't like to be beat by anyone, and if someone's gonna run fast, he's gonna run twice as fast. You know, it's just he doesn't want to give up. He works hard in practice, and he's gonna be a heck of an athlete for us here. He's a sophomore, so he's got 2 more years.
Coach, one of the big differences we saw too, and just in that second quarter, like we said, 28 unanswered for them, and then it was just like you guys did something, and you guys were able to contain. I mean, I say contain. He still had 290 yards rushing, but
yeah.
I mean, a lot of those were just big gains that he busted off. But when you look at it, he had 20 carries, but a lot of them are 5-8 yard carries. You guys did something there and started containing them. I mean, obviously, because you kept them out of the end zone for almost 2 full quarters.
Yeah. You know, we noticed they were overloading one side, so we kind of had our linemen and our linebackers shift over together. And we got different personnel out there on the inside. We put Tanner Pierce on the inside, and he was quick off the ball. He was hitting his gaps well, and he actually forced a turnover against number 7 there. You know, getting in that backfield and blowing up plays, and so just making sure we're adapting and adjusting all the time, and that's what we need to do. We need to make sure we're not stubborn and just stick with something that's not working, and really just move things around until we find something that does.
And I think this also has to be a positive going into next week. Now, we're going to have a short week this time because
we play Friday.
Friday night, Peoria Heights coming into town.
Yes.
So, but you have to be happy because now, teams I think over the last couple of weeks have been like, okay, Lane's going to run the ball, Ben's going to run the ball, and now they're like, well, crap, now we have to play for both of them. So now you guys, I think, have opened up your playbook to an option to where they can't just focus on one thing to stop you guys. It's more multi-dimensional. There you go.
So,
multifaceted is what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's awesome for us. But like I said, it can't just be a Ben and Lane show. Everybody's got to get involved. Everybody's got to run their routes. Like here at the end, biggest thing is our wide receivers running 20 yards down the field, not getting their heads around. That's something we got to work on. Hey, it's 8-man. We got 3 blockers. You guys got to get your heads around quick because this is a quick game and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm super excited. Like I said, for this week's game, kind of put together a good game plan. Hopefully everything goes good.
And I mean, this was a good team. This is this is of the teams you're going to see. This is one of the better off teams that you're going to see. And compared to. And then the biggest thing I'm taking away from this is the first 2 games when you guys got down like this, you could start to see the heads hang. You didn't have that this week.
No.
Both offensively and defensively, you guys came out that second quarter, and it was. Yeah. I said to Chris, I said, this is a tale of 2 shows here.
And it absolutely, because that first quarter, I mean, it looked like we wanted to just get back on the bus. And then that second quarter, I told them, like, guys, you got to find that switch and you got to flip it. In that second quarter, they came out and they played hard. They played really hard. But it's got to be 4 quarters of football. It can't be second quarter, fourth quarter. All right, it's got to be all 4 quarters. So once we get that mentality and we kind of understand, we're going to be better off.
Yeah, no, I was going to say because, most importantly, we've got to keep going. And the guys that are out there, they do a good job at not bowing their heads, and even their coaches. As we were walking up here, you probably saw 2 or 3 other coaches stopping us, and they said the same thing: is that you need to make sure you tell your guys that they don't quit, and that they're not bowing their heads, and that they're giving 100%, even though they might feel like their backup is against the wall.
Well, guys, I'm not going to keep you up here any longer. We all got long drives home, and some of us have to work tonight. So,
well, good luck with that.
we will see you. I'll see you guys this week, maybe Wednesday night since it's a Friday night game.
Yeah,
if that
sounds
works
good.
for you guys, I'll
Yep,
come
that
in.
works.
I'll see you guys Wednesday, and then we will be back live Friday night for what seems like an eternity for a home game, and the first Friday night game.
Friday Night
Road
Lights,
Warriors
yeah.
are kind of finally starting to come to an end a little bit here.
So,
When they get those home games.
all right, coaches, we will let you guys get to your duties, and we will see you next week.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for everything.
Once again, the final score here from where are we? Oh, I forgot. We're Champaign St. Maur. What was it? 42-28. I almost said 40-28. I knew that wasn't right. 42-28, the final score here. Friday night, we'll be home against Peoria Heights. For Chris Frankhauser, I'm Jeff Borders. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.